Chapter 157. Newtonian laws can't control me anymore. Not only was his physical body growing, but his spiritual energy was also growing faster under the nourishment of his cultivation. Just as he was about to enjoy the benefits of his breakthrough, the power of heaven and earth nearby suddenly changed, and a dark cloud condensed out of thin air. Sanchi sensed it and sent his divine thoughts out. He realized that there were thunderclouds gathering, and the target of these seemed to be him. This doesn't make sense. I broke through on my own. Why is there a lightning tribulation? He was a little depressed because he felt that he had to undergo the lightning tribulation in order to truly break through. After passing it, the golden core would be formed. If he could not cross it, he would be injured at best, his cultivation would regress, at worst. He would be reduced to ashes. Is this the rule of heaven and earth? It's indeed different from my previous life. Such things are actually not completely under the control of science. Sanchi shook his head and flew out of the window, taking the initiative to welcome the lightning strikes. I want to see how powerful the heavenly tribulation is. He looked up at the dark clouds that were more than 10 acres in size. Lightning flashed and rumbled. I wonder if it can kill me. It would be great if it could kill me. What kind of reward will I get if I die like this? Sanchi's eyes were filled with curiosity. At this moment, the world suddenly turned white. Before he could react, a blazing bolt of lightning had already descended upon him. The speed of the lightning was very fast. Even though Sanchi's spiritual strength was powerful and his reaction was very fast, it was still far inferior to the speed of light. Boom! Amidst loud bang, Sanchi's entire body went numb, as if he had been hammered by something. His essence, energy and spirit were both trembling. Sanchi subconsciously released his nomological powers and the protective power of his spirit body to block most of the lightning power. In the end, other than his charred clothes and hair that had turned into a chicken nest, he only had a few superficial wounds. That's it. Sanchi was a little disappointed. It was indeed very difficult for such a heavenly tribulation to kill him. His situation surprised many people. He passed the tribulation so easily without using any dharma treasures. His physical body is really strong. Even the heavenly lightning didn't injure him seriously. Looks like we will have another powerful elder. Amidst the exclamations of many people, Sanchi returned calmly and continued to consolidate his realm. This time, he realized that after being struck by lightning, his essence, energy, and spirit had undergone a transformation. In particular, his nomological power had undergone a huge transformation. It was much purer than when he had just broken through. Another 3 days passed, and Sanchi's condition stabilized. He became a perfected person who had just entered the Golden Core realm. He could now also be called a martial king. In fact, at this point, the difference between immortal cultivators and ancient martial art practitioners began to decrease. However, the combat method and focus of their techniques were still different. The breakthrough in his cultivation was mainly in nomological power. He had not broken through for the Blood Dao cultivation technique realm. Sanchi had only cultivated the second level of the blood transformation technique to the point of completion. With an additional blood spring in his heart, his body's recovery ability had increased significantly. It's perfect. In less than a year, he became a Golden Core cultivator. Being possessed was really the best way to level up. Sanchi grinned. It was all thanks to the blood-robed old ghost's experience that he was able to form his core so quickly this time. This was something that could not be obtained from the system's rewards. The system's rewards would at most allow one's physical body, spirit, and other things to exceed the level of the same realm. The improvement of a major realm was a qualitative change. If one could not break through, they would not break through. Even if his comprehension was astonishing, it would take him at least a few years to figure out the mystery of core formation. However, if I make a breakthrough too quickly and others find out my true identity, will they be shocked? Sanchi thought of some questions and took out a mirror to take a look. His temperament had changed quite a bit. He felt like a pretty boy with a masculine aura. Under the influence of the cultivation technique, his originally pale golden skin of his diamond spirit body had become much fairer. As for the muscles he had gained from cultivating the dragon elephant art, they had also disappeared significantly. His masculine aura had decreased and he had become more feminine. No. I have to get more muscles. I have to quickly find the remaining parts of the dragon elephant technique and cultivate my muscles back. Sanshi felt that his skin was too fair and delicate, a little like a woman's. This was not good. He quickly stood up and performed a hand seal. Kacha-kacha. The bones in his entire body cracked, and his flesh squirmed. He quickly changed into Yasuo's appearance, which gave him a sense of vicissitude. Otherwise, he would have looked too young and fair. If I raise the 1000 transformations technique to the Chi transformation realm, it will be very difficult for anyone to see through my disguise. Sanshi considered the key points he wanted to improve for his future cultivation. The breakthrough of a major realm required comprehension. The improvement of a minor realm was to continuously purify one's nomological power and increase the total amount of nomological power. It was not difficult. Then, he could focus on cultivation techniques and divine powers like the dragon elephant technique and the imperishable golden body. Walking out of the room, Bai Xiaoqin's body looked much more real in the living room. She hurriedly bowed to him. Congratulations, Elder, on becoming a golden core Taoist. You've improved quite quickly. After cultivating for half a month, your level is now equivalent to the middle stage of Qi refinement. Sanshi took another look at Bai Xiaoqin. He remembered that, when he first met this female ghost, she had only just reached the early stage of Qi refinement. It was because of the masculine yang that young master cultivated that stimulated my cultivation, and I was able to break through faster. Bai Xiaoqin guessed. She had recently discovered that cultivating in a place with yang energy caused her to improve very quickly. It's normal. Cultivating yin alone is stagnant. You also need yang energy to harmonize to grow faster. Sanshi thought of the reason. The first ghost he met, the red-dressed female ghost targeted him to suck his yang energy. I don't know much either. I just heard from my sisters that as long as I don't get too close to the young master, cultivation will be beneficial, Bai Xiaoqin said shyly. From the looks of it, you should be able to move around on this ship, right? Yes. The Supreme Kraken ship has its own yin energy. Even if I've just become a ghost, I can still move. Now that I have the protection of a paper effigy and an umbrella, I can walk outside even on cloudy days. Then follow me out for a walk. Sanshi placed his hands behind his back and the door opened automatically. Bai Xiaoqin followed behind him obediently, in a white dress. Outside, there were actually many spirits sitting cross-legged, absorbing the remaining yang energy from his cultivation. Seeing Sanshi come out, the spirit stood up in fear. Greetings, Elder. It's fine. You guys can cultivate. Sanshi was very happy to have a group of ghosts cultivate around him. That way, it would make the air cooler. Otherwise, it would really be very hot since he cultivated a few masculine yang cultivation techniques. The spirits were very surprised. They had thought that the elder would blame them. Sanshi did not care about these fellows who were usually frightened because they were slaves. A circle of flames appeared under his feet. He took a step forward and energy ripples fluctuated. He actually stepped on the air and climbed up. In a few steps, he crossed the railing and arrived outside. He was more than 10 feet away from the ground. Without using any spells or flying on his sword, he floated in the air, emitting circles of golden light. Newton's law of gravity can't control me now. He would be rolling in his grave right now. Sanshi smiled. He had completely overcome the influence of gravity. He knew how magical this was. Even though he looked calm, he was actually very excited. Flying with spells or flying on a sword relied on external objects. How could it compare to floating with one's nomological power? Especially now that he could do whatever he wanted, this sense of freedom was extremely refreshing. Flames flashed under Sanshi's feet. With a bang, the air exploded and he actually shot out of thin air. The ghosts behind him could not withstand the light emitted by the pure yang true fire and retreated. Bai Xiaoqin hurriedly held up a black paper umbrella to block most of the golden light. Only then did she feel better.